Hey everyone, Prakhar here. So it's 2025 and if you're watching this video, then you're probably wondering, should you buy the Pixel 7a now? Well, after using this phone for quite some time, I've got some insights that might help you decide. So currently, it's available at an unbelievable price, around $300 on Amazon.com and at around 25,000 INR on Flipkart. So if you're looking to get a budget Pixel device, then you might grab this offer in a flash. But should you? That's what I'll be talking about in this video. First off, price-wise, it makes a lot of sense to get the Pixel 7a because you're not going to find a more affordable Pixel phone than this. But what about other features like performance, cameras, software sports and charging? We'll get there, but before that, I'd like to talk about the build. Now personally, I've always liked how the Pixel 7a feels in hand. It's lightweight, has a nice aluminum frame and that plastic back actually gives it a good grip. The plastic does feel cheap to hold, but since I use a back cover, it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, it does attract smudges and scratches pretty easily. So if you're someone who's not a fan of cases, well, good luck keeping it pristine. Moving on to the display. This one's a mixed bag. The 6.1-inch OLED panel is vibrant and offers a great color reproduction, which I really enjoy when watching YouTube or scrolling through Instagram. But in 2025, the 90Hz refresh rate does feel a bit outdated, especially when you compare it with newer budget options offering 120Hz and beyond. So if you're coming from a higher refresh rate phone, you might feel the difference. Performance-wise, the Pixel 7a is still holding up well for everyday tasks. Google's Tensor G2 chip ensures smooth app usage, social media scrolling, and even some casual gaming. But, and it's a big but, if you push it with heavy tasks like intense gaming sessions, you'll definitely notice some heating issues. Trust me, I've been there. Playing Genshin Impact for about half an hour on highest settings and suddenly my phone feels like a pocket-sized heater. But for casual gaming, it's pretty good. On games like PUBG or BGMI, it offers Ultra FPS at Ultra HDR settings and the gameplay also feels super smooth. Now, let's talk about connectivity. The 5G performance is solid and it's great if you're someone who's always on the go relying on mobile data. However, I've noticed that the phone heats up even more when using cellular data compared to Wi-Fi, especially if you're using 5G networks. But over time, the heating has reduced. I think once the phone properly optimizes, it manages the thermals well. However, if you're someone who heavily relies on mobile data, especially in areas with spotty coverage, you might want to keep that in mind. The cameras, they're still one of the biggest reasons to consider Pixel 7a in 2025. The 64-megapixel main sensor and the 13-megapixel ultra-wide take some fantastic shots. Portraits, low-light photos, even selfies all look natural and clean. And let's be honest, Google's image processing is still top tier. If you're a photography enthusiast on a budget, this phone remains a great pick. Check out my in-depth Pixel 7a camera review by tapping here. Battery life though, well, let's just say it's a bit of love-hate relationship. For light users, it's fine. It can last a full day easily. But if you're using GPS, streaming a lot, or playing games, you'll find yourself reaching for the charger more often. And speaking of the charging, the 18-watt wired and slow wireless charging feels ancient at this point. Seriously, we have phones charging in under an hour, and here's the Pixel 7a taking its sweet time. You can also check out my Pixel 7a charging and battery drain test for more insights on the battery life. On the software side, things are looking bright. Originally, it was supposed to get fewer updates, but Google changed its policy, so now the Pixel 7a is set to receive updates till 2028. So you'll get the latest Android updates for a few more years with a clean and bloat-free experience. If you're someone who values software longevity and regular updates, then this is still a reliable choice. So, should you buy the Pixel 7a in 2025? Well, it depends. If you're someone who prioritizes camera quality, clean software, and don't mind a slightly dated refresh rate, then this phone can still be a great buy, especially if you find it at a discounted price. But if you need a powerhouse for gaming or want faster charging, you might want to look elsewhere. Look, if I talk about my opinion, I'd let this one slide, but only because there are a lot of non-Pixel alternatives like the S23 FE which provide similar performance with a truckload of AI features that the Pixel 7a lacks. I've done a detailed comparison of both these devices. You can watch it by tapping on the I button. But if you're setting on getting a Pixel device and AI features are not that useful for you, then the Pixel 7a is a more compelling option now than ever. At the end of the day, the Pixel 7a is still a solid device, but it's not without its flaws. If you're thinking about getting one, just be sure that it fits your needs. And that's it for today's review. If you found this video helpful, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Gizmo Rush for more honest tech reviews. Let me know in the comments, would you still consider Pixel 7a in 2025? Catch you in the next one. Peace.